The leader has just done a 159.68.
And good afternoon, everyone. It's all about the gyro here. And welcome to Suzuka for week 2 of
Pit lane speed limit is 37 miles per hour.
the IMSA Online Sports Car Championship.
Your exit is clear. Watch the white line.
Driving the Audi again. And doing some practice laps. And I can tell you, this car on cold tires around here, it is scary. So hope everybody's well. Greetings to all from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee. Hope all of you are well. I am having a pretty good day. Been looking forward to driving around here. Suzuka, I'll tell you straight up, it's hard. It's just hard. I've had a lot of good races.
There's traffic behind.
And had a lot of good races lately. Last night was such a pleasant surprise to get 4th at Mid-Ohio. And now you see the first struggle. Cold tires, you're gonna wreck a lot. So I have been tweaking the microphone volume here a little bit to have the last
Pit exit's clear. Push.
Shouting. So tweaked it down a little bit. But yeah, Suzuka. The driver's circuit, if you were to say, name a top 5 list. And they had to meet both the standards of being iconic in a driver's circuit. This would be on that list. So once I get the tires up this temp here, I did the same thing that guy did on cold tires. And now you see the problems this track has with cold tires.
All clear on pit exit.
So this is one of those places where getting a rhythm is absolutely essential. You don't get a rhythm, you're gonna do what I've been doing, and that's spinning the car off. So my defensive style of driving may suit me very well here. 45-minute race. And depending on how I feel, very easy to get off tracks around here. Very easy to go off. And that's just by yourself. When you add the faster classes, this circuit becomes everything you can manage and then some. So
Okay, Dwayne, there's a faster car approaching.
really challenging place to drive, especially on cold tires. As you see, it has completely missed it. So here's a sighting lap for you. Now down the start and finish stretch. And we're going to head into turn 1, famous turn 1, where Ayrton Senna took off Alain Prost to ensure one of his World Championships. Very key to be smooth in this corner, and now we're going to enter the famous S's. They are not the same. They're just enough different where this one suckers you into this one. This one actually slides away a little bit. Right here, the throttle. Dunlop curve. This is where the late Jules Bianchi lost his life. Right there. And now Dignes 1 and 2, very narrow. Expect a lot of action there. Heading to the hairpin.
The car behind's a faster class. Car left. Clear left.
Actually, it worked out pretty good. Now this long run down to the famous Spoon Warner. Definitely getting it wrong on cold tires, that's for sure. Now you got this straight to one of the great corners of the world, and there's a lot of great corners on this circuit. This one's the one that people identify, I think, Suzuka with the most, 130 yard. We're braking to the triangle. This used to be known as the Casio Triangle in my youth. That completes a lap of the Suzuka International Race Course. So
P3.
as you see by my times, I've been getting into the, I'm trying to get into the 205s. The problem is, like I said, as you've seen, it's easy to go off here. It's easy to have off tracks. It is easy to get in trouble here. I will tell
Track's
you
clear. Push, push, push.
that in a previous practice that I did, the LMP2 cars get very desperate trying to get around, and I got hit in the S's on 3 or 4 separate occasions. I'm just sitting here going, really? And so, like I said in my recap, I thought this circuit could be a bad one for a rating killer and or SR killer. So I was very, very concerned about this situation because I knew the LMP2 cars. You see, I'm braking way too late for this LMP2 to go by. And so you really have to drive almost through the rear view mirror with a slower car. So starting to warm up. It takes 2 full laps to feel that you have confidence.
We estimate 33 minutes of fuel remaining. 1 gallons per lap. Tyre wear looks fine, mate. Your brake temperatures are fine.
So it's such a proper circuit. See why it still has that certain charm to it. There's the typical off-track.
Watch the track limits, please, Dwayne.
Dignes 1 is much more shallow than Dignes 2. Dignes 2 is more square. So alright, much better. It's braking too late there. Backed it up a little bit. So once again, using a setup provided by Craig's Setup Shop. Disclaimer, I am a paying customer. I paid with my own money. They have not told me anything to say. I've done this of my own free will. So they came out with a revised one a couple days ago. It's that. And it's definitely much better than the Season 3 one. So, the Season 3 one around here is very jittery. This one is much better. So, much obliged to Craig's team providing a nice stable setup. Just like last week where I didn't have to touch the brake bias, once these tires are up to temp, I'm not having to touch anything. You can just drive it.
P3.
That one's more correct. Some people have been going through there in 4th gear. I don't like how this car reacts. Speed, because that off track is very close. So as you see, the road is always moving here. Like, it's just, you have to give it your all. So I'm braking before that. Very important to get off a spoon down this straight as quickly as you can. 3.6 miles around here, but it doesn't seem like it. So there we go, fastest lap of the session.
P2, you've just done a 204.00.
And that's the fastest lap I've had around here. So now to give you an idea, the really fast ones, you know, the proverbial aliens that we talk about. They were getting around here in 158, 157 GT3. It's just bonkers to me. Like, I can't compute that in my head. It's can't do it. Now that the tires are up to temp, so 2 laps to get
Car right, clear right.
about a second here. You see the speed delta between the prototype and the GT3, it just goes. Just goes. So unlike Monza, where there's plenty of places to get on with it, Suzuka is more narrow than you realize. So you really gotta have your wits about you when you pass someone, or in my case, because I am in the slowest class, being passed. So yeah. It's going to be a challenging 45 minutes around here. So 60 minutes last week, 45 this week. So normal service resumed. Right when I get on the gas, I can feel the wheel just snatch itself from me. Dunlop curve here into Dignes 1 and 2. So what I'm hoping is that my racecraft will really show up here for my lack of pace. Then again, on Monza, I ended up getting onto the podium, which I'm really happy about, but I think this week's going to be much harder for me. It's going to be much harder for me this week. Top 5 this week will feel like a victory, I think, because a lot of people that have been in here are much, much more skilled than I am. So next lap, we're gonna...
The guy ahead has just done a 202.32.
Next lap, we're gonna practice the thin end.
P3.
When I do my runs, they're race runs in terms of race fuel, race setup. No Qualy setup or anything like that. Oh. So here the drop the traction control down.
Okay, Dwayne, there's a faster class car approaching.
To 8. I've started at 9. I dropped it down now that I've got fuel in the car. That's helping me a little bit.
Left side. Clear left.
Alright, we're going to remember we're doing pit entry. Sheldon, have a little fun there, and yes, you can run that pit, and it is not an off track. So, I just overcooked it.
This lap will be invalidated. Watch the track limits. Watch your speed limit in the pits. Box in 330 meters.
Okay, so I gotta be a little bit better off of that. But, let's see. It is...
Box in 5, 4, 3, 1. Box now.
Okay, for once, we've hit the whatcha-who's. So, alright, let's see what the results are. So,
6th place.
these are the times that I was seeing. You saw my fastest, my sub 204. Like I said, that's on full race fuel. But yeah, lots of 159s, a few 158s, and then like I said, I did see a 157. And to me, that's just a freak of nature around here in this car.
The car ahead has just done a 203.02.
So, right now it is 17:23 here in Nashville. The race is going to start at 17:45. So I'm just going to sit here for a moment to just hang out. Say hi to the chat real quick for a few moments. Probably going to get a drink of water here and get squared away here with that. But yeah, tough place to get a car around here. So yeah, it's going to be a very tough race, and I think this is going to be more physical because the corners here have such a rich variety of corners here. So, but yeah, it's going to be very tough. So
The track temperature is increasing. It's now 75 Fahrenheit.
So definitely looking forward to it, but I think my usual conservatism may pay off handsomely. So, you know, as I'm fond of saying, take your Sure Plus, and I'm trying to find where my Sure Plus is between safety rating and I rating. So, but yeah, the skill level of the people in here doing like the official practice session definitely much higher because this place just demands a lot more than I think Monza does. Because Monza, you just lay in the gas a lot, hit your brakes hard, and that's about it. There's not too many challenging corners outside of Scary and maybe Paramount. Here, every corner is a challenge. Every last one of them. Challenge. There's no gimmies. And for 3.6 miles, to put that in perspective, Coda is somewhat similar in length. I think that the great circuits of the age should be at least 3 miles around. Spa's over 4. Road America is basically 4. But here, yeah, you're on gas a lot, but the road is moving. You don't have a lot of time to really relax mentally, except on the back straight. I mean, here you're just giving it your all. And as you follow William Schaefer around, when you come over right there, the GT3 wants to slide a little bit because there is a crown. And here's the one kind of big type spot that you could actually catch your breath on, regroup. The front stretch, you can do that a little bit too. As he heads to the triangle. You really try to get on the curbs because you're really trying to straighten this corner out. And his last lap was 1:46.863. His fastest was at 7:25.
I have you.
This gives you an idea. So you figure I'm looking at 12 to 15 seconds of delta between the LMP2s and myself. And so I expect to be passed by them at least twice, probably 3 times. As you see the Ferrari here. Nathaniel's and GTE, so the color schema yellow is the prototype, says the LMP2s. The blue are the GTEs, so in IMSA, those are referred to as GTLM. You see these race around Le Mans. And now you see what happens when you get spooned completely wrong. There's an example. Devin Booth. He's a Twitch streamer. I wonder if he's going to race the vets around here. Yeah, the red is my class. That's the GT3. They're the slowest. And you figure with the fuel stop and everything, if you get 21 laps out of the GT3, you're going to be in good shape. So let's see here. We got 15 minutes before. There's Alex racing our livery up right there. Good looking car. I like the black predominant on it. It's very pleasant. And he's now run into the cold tire situation I ran into. Here is Lucas. He's also in GT3. Love the Pennzoil paint scheme though. Love that paint scheme. Looks good. Good looking card. Lots of people getting warmed up here. I am trying to see if Devon's on track here. Mercus has a great sound to it. I just wish it didn't have that downshift bug. In here, it does show up for me. So let's see here. So it's going to be crowded, as you see. It is very crowded around here. You cannot go 3 wide, and there's spots where going 2 wide is really scary. It's a nice looking livery there on Corey's body. I like the 80s style color palette on that. Yeah, some good looking liveries here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it on scenic. I am going to get some liquid refreshment and take a bio break for a couple minutes. And then when we get back, we will register for the 1745 race here at Suzuka as someone blows the triangle. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Yeah, I got some water in me. And got 10 minutes for the race starts. We do still, though, need to register. iRacing did do a hot fix.
Should be about 30 minutes of fuel left. 1.1 gallons per lap. We're not seeing any significant tyre wear. Your brake temperature's okay.
So they did do a small little change this morning, and got some things tightened up. And yeah. So here, note the closing speed here with this prototype. So in a previous practice session, I got dive bombed by LMP2 trying to get up the road, and I'm expecting someone to be taken out at Spoon because of that. It's just the nature of things. This track is not so easy to make passes on. It rewards a good pass, it rewards a clean pass, but it's not straightforward. You have to think your way through. So it's very cerebral. So, all right, let me go ahead and get us registered. So stand by. I know you're probably seeing the blink screen right now, but fear not, you will get back to normal service here in a moment. Okay, and that is the one we want to do. And that. So there will be a fuel stop, and that's why you hear crew chief in the audio. I believe you may hear crew chief, and that is due to the getting enough petrol to get home. And here you do not want to be short. So normally I take enough plus a lap, and I think that's a good idea here. So Suzuka opened in 1962 and test track for Honda. And so you have the Suzuka 1,000 kilometers, you have the 8 hours of Suzuka. Motorcycle racing here, Super GT, Super Formula, Formula One. They even have had NASCAR here. So in 96 and 97, they actually had NASCAR races around here. Now, they weren't championship events, but they've had it here. And it's one of the few that has a figure 8 type layout with a crossover. So the Orrin Park Raceway, before it was sold and converted for housing, they had a crossover that you drove. And same thing here at Suzuka. So right before you get to
Radio check.
car, if you look in chase view or stuff like that, look to the right and you actually see Dignes 2. So 120 in here. So what I'm looking at is divisions. So 120 registered. We are in Division 8. There is a Division 10. He's driving the GTE. So but I'm in the second group of 15. What I'm looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only see 7. And I can't see any more than what you have. But notice you have 12 and 10 and 10. I mean, this circuit just takes a lot of off tracks. That's why I was concerned this particular layout plus event could become a big issue. So here, I've been seeing this livery on other streams, and very interesting color palette on that. There's a straight Ferrari little bit of yellow, so remember yellow and not red is the official Ferrari color. Nice and simple. Dig it. And you got some folks heading out. And the Acura livery, which for those who don't know, the Acura program is shutting down at the end of the year. And the other thing that's happening is something happened at Le Mans. I'm not sure, but the details of it. But Porsche has pulled out of a IMSA event here and the Nürburgring 24 hours. So there was one of the drivers, I believe, issued kind of a upset tweet.
Juliana Roman YOLO.
Hey.
And
Heyo.
so Porsche and IMSA, they're also coming to a
No plan,
close.
no practice, baby.
Same, but I'm doing LMP2, but I probably won't be in y'all's split. So, oh well.
So, pandemic really hitting some things hard. So, in NASCAR, really happy to see Ross Chastain finally get his shot.
How high is the split for the GT3s and the LMP2s to be together?
Generally, from what I've seen in the stream, second split will have some LMPs because LMP is pretty popular right now.
I was just waiting to see what was said.
What did you say? If you're a GT3, what?
If you're a GT3, you will 100% have LMP2s in your race.
Yep, I had some.
Yeah, no, I kind of asked it wrong. What splits have all three classes in them?
Probably like split 3 has 3, and then after split 4, it's just LMP2s and GTs.
So,
Interesting.
yeah, the reason why I'm asking it, the reason why I'm listening to that exchange is
The people with the lower I rating think it's the slow car that holds them back, you know.
It is, Kappa.
so. Now I think
Is
at
there
last,
a new Corvette GTE?
I think at Monza there were 6 GT3 splits. I'll have to check that, but there were plenty because Monza is popular and it's a nice breaking in. Like if you're doing this for the first time, like I am, you're happy to do Monza. It's not too bad to come to grips with. Here,
The leader's just done a 203.75.
this is a completely different situation. So we will quali because you can't afford to give up too much distance around here. But the first 2 to 3 laps, they're going to be scary with cold tires, cold brakes, because we're going to start before 130R. So, all right, let's find out how the mathematics work out. So I do not have the overlays that show the I ratings because for me, it's distracting. I'm not used to that level of information yet. I figure if I focus on the driving, we can always do it after the fact. So, but yeah. Make sure I get myself ready. So, yeah, this one, like yesterday, I was nervous because Mid-Ohio, and for those who've seen the video or the stream, lots of mistakes. Very easy to make mistakes. Here, it's 10 times worse. It's easy to make mistakes in every single corner here, and you get absolutely punished. So there's just very, very little room for error around here at Suzuka. So, all right. Let's make sure, yeah, my steering looks right. And let's see what we got. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 7 GT3s. I am the 37 car, so I am next to last in I rating. Luca. Well, no, that's not true because Division 5. So I actually have the lowest I rating in the split because there's a lot of 2s and 3s. So lots of good drivers. So 7. And there's 1, 2, 3 Division 6, 1, 2 Division 5, and then myself. So
The track temperature is decreasing. It's now 66 Fahrenheit.
So because of that, I am probably going to be the slowest. You also have kind of an interesting mix. We have Down Under. We have a couple from Virginia. I'm from Florida. You got a Canada, Italy, Brazil. So very nice, but small group. 7 cars in GT3. But looking at the rest, you have actually more GTEs than looks LMP2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in a field of 38, 7 GT3. So New Age Math tells me 17 GTEs. All right.
Pit lane speed limit is 37 miles per hour. Your exit's clear. Don't cross the white line. Okay, Dwayne, we've got 2 laps. Let's get this done.
So what I want to do here, you basically have one shot, and knowing that there's only 7, screwing up Qualy will not hurt me as much. So, big ask today. Big ask.
The track temperature is falling. It's now 66 Fahrenheit.
Remember, this is just the out lap. I'm not so concerned. Just want to put a time on the board. But what I have to remember is, as a Division 8, I am at least 500 I rating points down, I would think, on 6. So, frankly, any place but last will do me a world of good. There may be a safety rating race here just because it's split. Alright. Go time. Tires still very cold. Nah, I lost 3/10 there. I just can't get the car stopped. So once the fronts warm up in this car is really good, but it's taken about 3 to 4 laps for me to be comfortable with what I expect the car to do. Okay.
B2.
2035, I'm pretty happy with that. I'll take that every day of the week. I'll take 2035. That was pretty comparable to what I was running in practice. Like I said, I know with the fact that I'm in Division 8, just keeping the car clean and getting it to the end safely, minimum off tracks, that may be the quote unquote plus position that I'm after. Because 4 have not done it. So Wayne went around on cold tires and did a 2-minute. And Jason's come around with 2:10. So he's got his banker lap. Devin Booth is in this split with us. So let me say hello to him real quick.
Who want to be musicians. So please.
So picture this. On November 3rd, we choose.
We choose who sits in 435 seats in the House of Representatives.
We choose 24 senators and 13 governors. We choose the sheriffs, the...
Don't know if you hear the commercial or not in the background. So, anyway. So, we're just waiting for the commercial to get over.
So we're gonna go there. Are you ready? Good luck, Gyro. Thanks, buddy. I'm just gonna try to be clean.
All right, Devin's wish us good luck. And I don't know if he's starting in the back or not. Nope, he has not yet done anything. But looking at it, 3rd on the board, but Douglas and Ben. I'm waiting for them to post times. And Devin may not be qualing here. So let's see, 144.7. The number 1 car in 2nd. And then in GTE, the number 3 car, top of that group. So, but yeah, Devin is a Twitch streamer, really knowledgeable, straight ahead kind of guy. Exactly the sort of person that I like being around. So, yeah, he's
The car ahead has just done a 202.70.
He's in my my split. Somehow I'm 4th. I don't know how. But I'm wondering if the two that haven't gone out.
That's the end of the
It's
session.
only
P4.
7. It's only 7. And alright. So.
Okay, no more updates.
Chief. Current status.
We're not seeing any significant tyre wear. Your brake temperatures are looking good.
Chief. Updates on. Alright. And take our tires off here. We won't need them.
My first having a prototype car, so I'm just trying to do it right.
How about this? Yell at me whenever you're close to your pit window. Say let's say 2 laps, and then yell at me, and we'll figure out what it is, because it should update for me as it goes.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate it. If I'm still around.
Hey, same for me.
Same for me, about 33 liters refuel.
What's that in Imperial units?
It's about it's right around 8 gallons and change.
Hey Patrick, I drive the LMP2 and the ILMS series. On cold tires, keep it easy on the throttle. It's really twitchy.
Yeah, I practiced for 2 days here, so I just wanted to make sure that I had some laps on my belt. It's still my first race in it.
All right. So, yeah.
Reggie, do you have your Freedom livery on?
I do. Sounds like you know me.
Yeah, I see you in streams all the time.
Yeah, weren't you in Gomez stream yesterday?
Yeah, I was in Gomez's stream. He showed off the livery, and then I'm in Quirk.
All right, they're moving off.
Morad or Moradus and Dan Suzuki's all the time.
So.
And Grizzle.
What's your handle?
Deadly, all together, all at once.
Gotcha.
Good luck, everybody.
Whoever's running the dust sphere in front of me, I love you.
So, like I said, I'm not expecting to be able to hang with these guys. There we go. Very cool tires. And I've gotten to a flyer. So I'm going to try to drive very, very easy here. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Fronts feel like they're ice right now.
That is 100% my fault. I'm sorry, guys.
I will apologize in advance for any coarse language you hear. Unfortunately, I can't censor them without censoring everything, and I think sometimes the chat is really nice. So,
That was a scary sight going around the hairpin.
Yeah, there wasn't a single LMP facing the right direction.
all right. now we get to go through 130R for the first time. There will be some braking. The tires are still very, very cold.
Did you touch the right-hander? The curve on the inside right?
Yeah, I did.
As you see, I am short shifting because of the cold tires. So, front still feel very icy. That's right, the traction control is at 9. Once we get rolling, we may go down to 8. Depends on how I feel. See, this car just wants to slide. Just slides. And then has disconnected. He was in our group.
Good there, Jeff? 17?
Go inside.
Oh. Well, if you're gonna stir up, that's not a bad place to stir up at. What happened was, is I overcocked the wheel, full tires, you know the story.
I think you might have seen it in that car, so I gave you a little extra room.
That was my error there. Now, if I can run away, I know I already got one position secured. Tires got a little bit more grip now. Alright, hanging out in fourth. Okay, fronts are just starting to come in. Probably one more full lap and then be able to kind of get on with it a little bit. Right there, still sliding. This Hairpin and I have not been playing very nice. So at that time, we actually got that in what I call the reasonable category. Apologies about the language. Looks like Jason has gone off and Douglas has gotten by.
I'll let you pass us here on the long right hand, alright? Just go around the outside. Come on, Jonathan, you're all over the place, man.
Are just starting to come in now. if I can drive this last S a little better than I have been. Sliding. Okay, that's much, much better. I am short shifting just a little bit for wheel spin. LMP is coming. And that is Lucas, and I know that feeling all too well about going off in spoon, because I did that about half a dozen times in practice. Now I'm in the slipstream here, I think. This is that Pennzoil livery one, I believe. Yep. Notice I did not add any gas into that, just let the car roll. Someone has fallen off the back here. Pass left, Alan.
Left side, clear left.
Douglas is hanging tough with me. Somebody's off up here. One of the LMP2s, I think. You have to wait on that corner just that little bit. But once you do, you're rewarded.
Car right, right side's clear.
Traffic jam at Suzuka.
What are you doing?
I just got a good run off the corner. So has Douglas. Douglas is actually driving better than I am right now. He got through the traffic much better than I did.
Fucking idiot.
What's going to happen is Douglas coming behind me, I'm coming behind Lucas, and it's a three-way fight. Setup is really coming in. Oh my gosh, it's coming in.
Car right. Clear right.
Sorry, Patrick, I got caught out.
Car left. Clear left.
Look at that, see? That's good racing right there. He knew he caught me in a bad spot. I also didn't want to hold him up.
Left side. Clear left.
Chief, current status.
We estimate 17 minutes of fuel remaining. 1 gallons per lap. We will need to add 7.9 gallons to get to the end. Tyre wear looks fine, mate. Your brake temperatures look good. On your left. Still there. Clear left.
That hurts.
On your right. Clear right.
Hey, 29, sorry for the contact in the hairpin lap one.
He thought about it. Add a little bit of bias to the rear. Tires are heating up. Lower the traction control down just a notch.
Car right. Right side's clear.
I shouldn't have done that. Alright. Or got wicked loose on me. Woo! Got 4X so far. Tough. Tough circuit. Struggling out of Dignes 2. Chief, current status.
Should be about 13 minutes of fuel left. 1 gallons per lap. We think we'll need to add 7.3 gallons to reach the end of the race. Your tyre wear looks fine, mate. Your brake temps are good. Car left. Clear left.
Lucas is not that far ahead of me, but this is tough. Much better. Yeah, I need the extra up on the traction control for that corner and a couple others. Oh. Tough circuit, guys. Tough. Very, very tough. It's just so easy to get off tracks. Like I just took 2 in that lap. Trying to push really, really hard. It's just hard. Hard.
Yeah, that was dirty.
Thinking about the fuel stop here.
Right side. Clear right.
Thinking about the undercut. Chief, current status.
We think about 9 minutes of fuel remaining. 1 gallons per lap. We estimate we're going to need to add 7.7 gallons to get to the end of the race. We're not seeing any significant tyre wear. Your brake temperatures are fine.
Okay, I'm going to take the undercut here.
Yeah.
Because what I'm hoping is I can leapfrog one or both of these.
That was a little over-aggressive. My apologies, Patrick.
Tires are definitely hot. All right. Do the smart thing. It's a free
I
stop.
don't know how I just got through that, but all right.
And away we go.
That sucks.
I'll take my fuel now, knowing that I am about 26 minutes in.
Herman, a heads up would be nice.
And what I'm banking on.
Car right, clear right.
I'll just follow you through here.
Guys go. Tires are a little cold. What I'm concerned about is getting hit.
Car left. Clear left.
Let this guy. This has absolutely compromised me here. Right idea. But I got held up. I've lost at least 3 to 4 seconds on this idea.
Wait, I bombing, LMP2.
I didn't dive bomb you. Look at the replay.
Alright.
Dude, I was turning in and had to...
That is manage the situation here.
Yeah.
Chief, current status.
We estimate 26 minutes of fuel left. 1 gallons per lap. Tyre wear looks fine, mate. Your brake temps look good.
Got plenty of fuel left. Now I can just run to the end. It is a top 5. Just saying. Just need to get it to the end. 7x right now. So
Because honestly,
here I
was
was
already
in.
beside you before we started the braking session.
We're still going. Watch the replay and listen for your spot.
You can learn the same.
I have no call. You are not alongside the permit. If you want to continue this over the top of everyone's race.
You don't want to keep pressing the mic. Keep listening.
Right now I don't need the chatter. What I need
Clear left.
are starting to really slide a little bit.
You got 2 left. Take 8 decimals, 2. 8.
We're still having the discussion. hoping is that one of those two guys up ahead gets held up on the in lap. So, 7X. $25 for the DQ here. 17 is the drive-through. Whoop, that's... Notice I did not come back on. How to win friends and influence people. Don't do that. Lower ranked cars would have just came on. Didn't do that. Alright, so that's a 9. And the car just got away from me. Just, I mean, that got away from me. Car feels okay. Car's really sliding here. So I'm going to add all the traction control I can get. Right now, I just need to get the car home. Oof.
Car left. Clear left.
Right now, I don't want to wreck anybody's race. I mean, yes, I got a top 5, but it's been everything I expected it to be. Starting to have a little bit of concentration issues now. Let's move bias back because the way the car is reacting, I need a little bit of front brakes. The fronts just are sliding on me really, really bad. Don't know how much time I have left in the race. Yep. It's so frustrating. Sloppy, 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 sloppy. Sloppy, 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 sloppy. Because now my undercut strategy, whatever hope I had left, is gone. Car's just pushing. Really bad pushing. Fabio's in the lane. He will get out before I do. So that spin. Wow, this car just does not.
Should be about 19 minutes of fuel remaining. 1.1 gallons per lap. We're not seeing any significant tyre wear. Your brake temperatures are fine, mate.
Somehow I've gotten by Fabio. Now I'm gonna have to drive really.
Car right. Clear right.
Somehow preserve a hard 4th place unless he's got damage.
Left side. Clear left.
Goodbye. We'll appreciate that. Oh, sliding.
On your right. Right side's clear.
Woo, this car's becoming a big old handful here. A little bit earlier. Luca is, we got 10 minutes left. Luca has gotten lapped. Somehow I'm in 3rd. Don't know how. Wonder if they had an altercation. So.
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
Chief, current status.
We think about 16 minutes of fuel remaining. 1 gallons per lap. Your tyre wear looks fine, mate. Your brake temperatures are okay.
Can I get it home? That's the question. Now I'm in 3rd. I don't know how. I'll take it though. The car right now is a little slidey. So much so that when I put the power down, I may have to short shift to control the wheel spin. Spoon is a lot harder to get in and out of now. Just trying to be super smooth. I know Reggie's coming. Hey Reggie, when you get here, I'll give you the inside. Just trying to get to the end. Get a podium I was not expecting. Just need to keep it on the track.
Car left. Clear left. Car right. Right side's clear.
I'm in a bad spot. So, plenty of fuel. Just gotta keep it on the track. That is easier said than done right now.
Hold your lines.
Right there. Or just did not want to turn. Pass left, pass left, pass left. Pass left, pass left, pass left. They were going to get to me at 130R. And I was going to end up getting wrecked. And I said, nope, 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 nope. Lift, lift, lift. Have the time. Jack, when you get here, I'll let you have the inside.
Copy.
I'm in a great position. I don't want to ruin it for anybody, and I definitely don't want to for myself.
Car left. Clear left.
Let people through as carefully as I can. There is an art to this.
Car left. Clear left.
A little lift is a good thing. Help cutters get the done.
Okay.
Come on by, Emmett.
Car right. Clear right.
Finding that bubble. Finding that bubble. And help others. I have not seen Devin. I don't know where he is. 3 minutes 55, so I'm going to say that's 2 minutes, 2 laps. Get the car in. The car is really twitchy now. Until the heat and the tires have come in. A little bit of slidiness to it. A little bit of slidiness. But oh my god, what a great circuit. This one was a fight. It's still not over yet. I made a lot of mistakes here. Lapse is a concentration here. Now, I gotta get the car in. For the end.
How many more laps?
2, 3.
Oh, 2.
Down. and shift there to keep the wheel spin from eating me up. Just trying to manage the car right now. Both the prototype and GT leader are right behind me.
What the fuck was that? Oh.
And that was the overall leader. Apologies for the language. Francisco is behind me.
I have half the lap forward. This is going to be a stretch. Stand that gas pedal in, my friend.
Francisco, come by on the inside.
Didn't expect to do this on the left.
And that was white flag, and because he's taking the white flag, that's one less I got to deal with in terms of laps. And we get the car in. And we go plus.
White flag, please, white flag. I'm tired, my eyes are melting.
Where's the freaking LMP2 leader? I need them right now.
Francisco's 40 seconds ahead of me, and I'm in turn 1.
He's in the hairpin.
We're halfway through the lap.
Jack, what is your plan?
I'm saving. I have a question.
Yeah, he just went by me.
Go past.
Is it
All right.
white flag yet? For LMP2?
Yes, sir, it is.
Yes.
Alright, well, at least I'm guaranteed first.
What a circuit.
Class 3 running check. GP.
Yep.
Left side.
Yeah, you
Clear left.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. If I heard some motions, but seems like it.
That is a podium. Where that came from, I don't know.
Yeah, I know it got canned by master class racer.
Where that came from, well, it had a little front end damage, but
Thanks for your help, man.
podium is a podium is a podium.
Good drive, man.
We
Nice
had
job with the
12x, so we might lose a little
I did not just
SR,
do
we
that.
might break even, but
What was it?
Lorenzo.
Wayne,
Did he ram somebody after the start finish?
Wayne won it.
Nah, man.
Douglas
the last
drove
freaking,
through past me for second
chicane or
and me for
whatever,
third.
he bumped the dude out.
We are not doing the replay on that because, let me just tell you.
Wow.
Lorenzo, ¿qué cosa?
That was crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy.
¿Qué cosa?
So, good hard race, everyone. Thanks for a delightful stream.
I'll send you an invoice for my entertainment.
Cross the line with 0.1 liters. Sheesh.
0.1 more than they needed. Good job.
Yeah. So you nursed it home and then some. All right, so let me quit out of here. I'll bring up the scoring here. So 12x, 17 is a penalty, 25 is a DQ. Anything could happen with this. So, all right, here we go. So strength of field for the overall was second split 1764. Average lap time 25 laps made. And voila. Oh, that's very nice. I'll take that every day of the week. We have gone plus 36 in the I rating. I only lost 300s. For Suzuka, I'm over the moon. I was expecting near of the 1/10 and higher, and a loss of I rating. Hoorah! So we are over 1100 now. We're trucking. Let's look at the final results. So Francisco, who's the guy that passed me at the last lap, he is the overall winner and gets 0.24 safety and 93 I rating. He may not have had but one incident at best. Fantastic drive by Francisco. Alan, who we saw passing us a few times, he's in second, plus 68, 0.10, so he had a pretty good run. Reggie, who you were hearing in the back chat, third, plus 72, because his I rating, if you look in comparison to Alan's, he gets a little bit larger proportion. David, who had a rough time of it in the safety rating, but he did grind it out for fourth, so he went plus. Bravo to him for going plus 49. And then Irwin, and then Patrick, who you also were hearing, he went plus as well. Alejandro, Joram, and that is the first batch of the P217s. In GTE, Jack got the job done, 0.24 and plus 87. He had a very good run. Julio had a little bit of SR issue, but he did go plus 79. Nicholas lost a lot of I rating, 0.69, so he was struggle busing it, but he did go plus 75. So good job, Nicholas, hanging tough, doing the business. Marciano, he also went plus in the I rating. Adrian, he went plus. So a lot of pluses here. We haven't gotten to the minuses yet. And we are awaiting GT3 here, and here we go. So in GT3, Wayne basically broke even on the SR, 0.02, 0.03. I'm going to cook this call break even. Went plus 70. Well done to him. Douglas in second. He's the one that drove by me when I started to have spins in the middle of the race. Plus 52. And then skipping the next two because they're not in our category. The next one is yours truly with plus 36 for third place. So that is a podium. And then Fabio was behind me. He had a long pit stop, so I think he had repairs. I know Jason had some repairs. And then the rest. So let's see, unfortunately, who were the big losers. So Devin disconnected and lost 98, so I don't know what happened. Alessandro, he also disconnected. He's at minus 25. Ben, who was one of our competitors, disconnected. Quite a few disconnects here. Lucas was running at the end, but he was the Pennzoil car ahead of us. Lost 47, and then you see the rest. So, wow, I was not expecting that at all, but We got the car home. We didn't hurt the SR very much at all. We went plus again, plus 36. So far, in a week and a half of the official season, we have gone from 850 to 1135. I'm stoked. Absolutely stoked. So it is about 7 o'clock here in Nashville. I am sweating like a you know what. But mission accomplished. Podium again. Completely unexpected. Top 5 finish yesterday. The pressure is off me a fair bit. Now I can start working up to Bathurst. So, tomorrow I don't know if I'm going to stream, but if I do, you're going to be seeing Mount Panorama for the rest of the week, I expect. Or suspect, I should say. So, let me give some shout outs real quick before I call it a night. Snail Racing International Endurance Team, Blue Shell Academy, Dave Cam, setups for iRacing Tanner's Group, Jimmy Discord, of course, Craig Setup Shop for a fantastic setup that once I realized I didn't need to overdrive it, it got me home. Very, very happy with that setup. And lastly, thank all of you for watching this. Like, follow, subscribe. Tell your friends you get to watch this again on my YouTube channel. So same handle, all about the gyro. We will see you either tomorrow or Thursday with some V8 supercars as we lead up to the Bathurst 1000. You don't want to miss Saturday. That's all I'm going to tell you. Have a great night, everyone. Blessings to all of you. See you in the next video.